News updates. AIT chairman Raymond Dokpesi Jr. tests positive for coronavirus. Raymond Dokpesi Jr., chairman of DAAR Communications Limited (PLC), has tested positive for coronavirus. He disclosed this in a short message to members of staff in Abuja. AIT reported on Monday evening that he is positive of COVID-19. Dokpesi was said to have been self-isolating in the past few weeks before he developed malaria symptoms and started coughing. He reportedly contacted the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC) for a COVID-19 test, which came out positive. The chairman, who is said not to have a recent travel history, advised those who have interacted with him lately to get tested. I got a call this morning confirming the result is coronavirus positive. I am leaving now to the Gwagwalada Isolation Center for treatment and hope to be back in 2 weeks' time. Many of you may have interacted with me during our various meetings, and I would advise you to get tested as soon as possible, the message read. So, tracing is ongoing to determine those who may have come in contact with him as part of efforts to limit the spread of this virus. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this short news about a leader, a sincere leader. Look at it, this is what we call leader. This is what we call a sincere leader, not our leader, our president. The way our president is behaving is very much comfortable in lying to us. He's very much relaxed in lying to his citizens, his people. We made him there. We made him. We are the architect of him being in position, in being president of Nigeria. If not for God and for us, he wouldn't have been the president of Nigeria. We are not being proud. Nigerians are so much complaining now that they are regretting that they abandoned Goodluck Jonathan for President Muhammadu Buhari. If they knew that this is what will happen, or if they have foreseen this thing that is happening, or what Buhari will do in future, they won't have voted for him. Instead, they will vote for Goodluck Jonathan. They say Goodluck Jonathan is very dense. He's not smart. He's not sharp. Okay, see now, the person that is smart and sharp now, what is he doing? What has he done to the country? What has he done to Nigeria? Reduce that now. What has he done to Nigerians and Nigerian citizens? Imagine that. Imagine that. Nothing. And he's trying to be what they call it, to be on top. But before now, Abakari has been the one controlling him. Now that Abakari is gone, what will be his fate? Who will still support and control him and give him details of the way the country is going, or things that has been happening in this country, and what to do, what he will do about it? Now we heard that he has extended this lockdown. Imagine that. He has extended lockdown, and I know the reason why he did that, because he's scared that Nigerians will know him. He will be exposed to everyone that he is not Buhari but Jubril from Sudan. So he does not want people to know. That is why he has made another mandatory lockdown in Nigeria, so that before then he will organize himself, and before then he will have gotten chief of staff that will replace Abakari. Then the person will now be the one to tell him what is going on, and to do the same thing, or to be doing the same thing Abakari has been doing, or has done, or has said to him. the advice he has given to him and for him to take over again. Imagine, as the president and leader of Nigeria, should Buhari do such a thing? Why is he doing that? But we don't know. So going back to this man is a sincere person. It's good for someone to have integrity. This is what we call a good leader, not Buhari, that has been deceiving Nigerians. This is what we call a good leader. He came out and advised people, those that have contacted with him, that have spoken with him, that have discussed with him, because it's possible that when you're talking to someone that has this virus, when it talks, the saliva, the breath would definitely enter the other person's mouth, and the person will thereby contact this virus. Or when you shake or hug the person with no virus, the person that has the virus will definitely contact or initiate the person that does not have the virus with his own disease or infection. So we should be very careful the way we interact with people. Government have said it, that we should be distancing ourselves like 5 meter from that person. We should distance ourselves. But there are some people that still believe, that does not believe that this COVID-19 exists. They kept on disobeying the laws and rules in this country. Viewers, what is your take on this news? If you have any comments, don't hesitate to drop them below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive updates whenever I publish new videos. And don't forget, share and like this news as well.